Dragon-type Pokemon have always been powerful in the Pokemon TCG, and Regidrago VSTAR is all the rage right now. It got top 16 at NAIC 2024 in surprising fashion, when very few people rated the deck, and since then, it has been gaining hype even by top players like Azul Garcia Griego, and it has been a very popular pick in the online tournaments happening every day of the week. There's a very high expectation set on the deck for the World Championships in Honolulu, as the deck gains a new supposedly powerful attacker in Kyurem. But honestly, I think the deck sucks. Let me tell you why. First off, the only attack, Apex Dragon, doesn't even do any damage at all. It copies other Dragon-type Pokemon's attacks, which leads to the only logical conclusion that every single other Dragon-type Pokemon card in existence is better. And the only way for this card to do anything is to discard those better cards. This Dratini, for example from Obsidian Flames, can do 20 damage for a single energy. Well, guess what? For Regidrago VSTAR to do the same, you need to first evolve into it, then pair it up with 3 energy, and then you have to discard the Dratini. Why complicate your life and go through so much trouble when Dratini is just more powerful and cuter than Regidrago VSTAR? Hello? I mean, the deck quite literally plays other better Dragon-type Pokemon with better attacks, like Dragapult EX, Giratina VSTAR, Hisuian Kudra VSTAR, and soon enough Kyurem. Why not just play those cards in their own respective decks instead of mashing them all in the same deck to help out their useless friend? Regidrago VSTAR is like that friend at school that never studied for their exam and just showed up and wanted to copy your work. And guess what? The Pokemon from which Regidrago VSTAR evolved from, Regidrago V, has more than 70 HP, which means you can only search for one at a time with Nest Ball or Ultra Ball, as opposed to being able to search for 2 at once, like this Dratini with Body Puffin, which we have already logically concluded is way more powerful than Regidrago VSTAR, so clearly not having a basic Pokemon that is searchable by Body Puffin makes this pretty much unplayable to me. Another aspect that makes Regidrago VSTAR decks really bad is how it purposely discards cards for you. All Pokemon experts like myself know that a card will go to a discard pile after you have used it, but the Legacy Star ability sends 7 cards to a discard without actually using them? Who would be so silly as to want to discard cards on purpose without using them? Are they crazy? And then what else does it do? Sure, you get 2 of those cards back. Anyone else find this suspicious? I mean, if you just do some basic maths, you can realize that discarding 7, then getting 2 back still means you lost 5 cards for no good reason. The people who make the cards must have failed basic kindergarten math, honestly. If you have enjoyed the video so far and found the information useful, please consider becoming a tablemon channel member through the join button down below. For as low as $1.99 a month, you can help support the creation of these videos. Now, if I haven't convinced you yet that this deck is just really bad, this will surely do it. I pride myself in playing by the rules, and all Pokemon experts like myself know that the rules very clearly state that you can only attach 1 energy per turn to one of your Pokemon. Well, this deck features the Teal Mask Ogerpon EX card that helps cheaters succeed by allowing them to attach an extra grass energy to it once per turn, and the deck plays 4 of those, which means potentially cheating 4 times in a single turn. And I mean, it's bad enough that you are cheating the rules with this Ogerpon EX card, but then you are making Regidrago VSTAR your accomplice since you transfer the energy onto it with Energy Switch so it can use its terrible damageless attack that, as we have established, doesn't even do anything by itself. It just doesn't make sense to me why anyone would ever play this card, seriously. So if you've gone through all the trouble of discarding better Dragon Pokemon than Regidrago VSTAR to copy their attacks, and also set your morals aside and cheated the rules of the game to power it up, well, guess what? That's not good enough for this deck to be successful. There are specific situations that require even more support for Regidrago VSTAR, showing just how completely useless it is. Do you need to KO a Pokemon with 70 HP like Charmander, Dreepy or Ralts? If you copy Dragapult EX's Phantom Dive attack, you need to play Hawlucha that turn as well, because the 6 damage counters that Regidrago VSTAR is copying aren't enough to KO them. Do you want to one-hit KO a Charizard EX? Well, Regidrago VSTAR isn't even useful for that. you'll have to do it with the pesky cheater that is Steel Mask Ogre Pony X. Do you want to have a chance at beating Raging Bull TX decks? Well, then you need to use Radiant Charizard to help with the prize map. I mean, honestly, being 100% truthful and objective, I ask you from one Pokemon expert to another, can Regidrago VSTAR even do anything? It's only thanks to Dragapult EX that it can take down 2 important Pokemon in one turn. It's only thanks to Giratina VSTAR that it can 1-KO important Rulebox Pokemon like other VSTAR, Vs, and basic EXs. It's only thanks to Hisuian Gudra VSTAR that it can withstand attacks that it wouldn't otherwise be able to. And it's only thanks to Kyurem that it will be able to take down 3 Pokemon in one attack, but it loses all the energy it has in the process. 3 energy in exchange for 3 prizes sounds like an awful idea and totally not worth it to me. Having all these options in the same deck is more than likely just going to be confusing and complicated, so why put yourself through this unpleasant experience on purpose? Pokemon experts know that there are so many powerful cards in the standard format, but it seems like players haven't realized this. Instead, they choose to play very little variety and just 4 copies of cards like Nest Ball, Ultra Ball, Earthen Vessel, and Energy Switch, as well as very little variety in their supporters like Research, Iono, and Boss's Orders. I mean, I guess I'm glad they play such a straightforward and consistent trainer lineup, because that means you know that they're going to find the Regidrago V on turn 1, get a few energy on the board with a cheater Ogre Pony X, and very likely attack with Regidrago VSTAR on the second turn every single time. Haha, it's so silly how easily you can anticipate their moves. Real Pokemon experts try to be unpredictable with many different options. That's why I don't even like playing these silly predictable and reliable cards like Professor's Research and Iono. As a professional Pokemon TCG player and Pokemon expert myself, I don't understand why anyone would ever want to attach extra energy per turn, have a main Pokemon that doesn't have an attack itself, and needs to copy other better Pokemon to do anything, and needs a lot of support and alternate attackers to adapt to different threats in the metagame. And clearly it's getting worse with the next set with Kyurem, as it's attack that forces you to discard the energy that you cheated onto the field. And this is why I think Regidrago VSTAR sucks and will continue to suck for the foreseeable future. And with the World Championships fast approaching, only a crazy person would put this deck at the very top of their tier list for powerful decks, right? And you know what else sucks? That you haven't liked this video yet. And also that you might not be subscribed to my channel, so it would be really cool if you change that right now with just a couple of clicks. In all seriousness, thank you so much for watching this silly video of mine. Make sure to stay tuned for more high quality competitive content as we head to the grand finale of the 2024 season with the World Championships in Honolulu. Until next time! If you want to support the channel, you can use code tablemon to get 5% off at Potent Store for your online codes, 10% off for your sealed product at Flipside Gaming, and 10% off on your aluminum accessories at TC Evolutions. Or if you're looking to buy singles or sleeves, you can fill up your cart and close the tab, then click on the affiliate link in the description and check out. That way you can support the channel over at TCG Player, Card Market, and Dragon Shield. ¿Eres de México y necesitas cartas de Pokémon? Busca Hyperbeam Cards en Facebook e Instagram. Y si estás en Tijuana, búscalos en el local C27 en el Centro Comercial Otay.